Happy 1 year anniversary to my lovely wife. Reddit on Wiki starts now.
Therapy.
What's going on, Wikimaniacs? Anniversary is actually tomorrow, but it's your boy Josh here on a Friday, September 19th. John's here as well. What's going on, John?
It doesn't matter that I'm here. Talk about the celebration of your love, my guy. In 1 year.
It has been 1 year, actually. It's actually insane how quickly it goes by. Gotta say, it's felt like a flash in the pan, which I guess is a good thing, right?
That's a good thing. Time flies when you're with the right person, buddy.
It'd be bad if it was like, man, this year really dragged on.
It's like, man, another lifetime with this chick. Oh my God.
No. Super excited to celebrate our 1 year. We're actually, as this is coming out, we're going to be in Niagara Falls celebrating. So,
wow.
Yeah. So it's going to be super fun. We're going to be doing some wineries, going actually to Niagara Falls. We're staying, I think, in Niagara-on-the-Lake.
Okay.
Super fun. I'm excited for another year. We're hopefully going to be building our house next year. So that'll be another milestone.
You got a lifetime of checklists that you got to complete, buddy. It's all good. Take your time. Congratulations. Savor the moment. And yeah, I can't believe it's been a year since we went to Toronto and saw you guys. Or not Toronto, but like Ottawa and saw you guys.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys did go to Toronto right after, but
yeah, we also did Niagara Falls. So
you did.
Also our 1 year anniversary of doing that trip.
That's actually why Sienna and I are going. We're celebrating the 1 year of you guys being there. But yeah, so welcome to another Am I the Asshole Friday. Got some longer stories today. John and I were recording this a bit ahead of time because, like I said, I am taking probably most of next week off.
Much deserved.
So it might just be John and Sean on the Monday episode, but Sean will be back, which is exciting.
We're putting that boy back to work.
He's relaxed for too long.
Too damn long. I wonder how his hair turned out with those couple weeks. Especially that shit looks luscious as hell, my boy.
Sun-kissed and with some ocean water in that hair.
I know that thing looks good.
But yeah, let's hop into some stories today. Unless there's something you wanted to shout out before we started, John?
No, Reddit on wikishop.com, guys. Again, this is September. We got 2 merch coming up for you. We have the Kitty Rich merch designed by Ryan. Also a re-release of the Emo Ween design. So if you want a merch that's going to be coming up for Halloween so you can rock that, go check it out, Reddit on wikishop.com. And as usual, 50% of the profits for those merch will go towards a great cause. So Reddit on wikishop.com.
And with that, let's hop into the first story of the day posted on our subreddit. This is a listener submitted story.
Not the asshole?
Not the asshole is a good start. I haven't even read the title, but this is posted by a throwaway account. And the title is, Am I the Asshole for Refusing to Act as My Ex-Husband's Personal Parenting Secretary?
What the? I mean, first of all, X for a reason, it sounds like. 2, to quote Sabrina Carpenter, you sound like there's a man-child situation going on in here. So, yeah, I'm going not the asshole. The fuck you you're a grown-ass dude. There's a hella apps, calendar, whatever things that you can use to organize your life.
Organize it yourself.
Exactly.
All right. So, long-time listener, first-time poster. Here's the scoop. So, confirmed listener. I did confirm it. Before we divorced, my ex set up a shared Google Calendar for all of us to add our kids' important dates, doctor's appointments, extracurricular activities, school stuff, etc., so we can both keep track of what's going on. Our custody agreement is split around 60-40. I have them slightly more than he does, so it's no big surprise that I'm usually the one who takes the kids to these things and schedules all their appointments. We both work from home, so our schedules are somewhat flexible. Occasionally, doctor's appointments need to fall on days he has the kids, if that's all the provider has available. If that happens, I send him a text when the appointments are scheduled to let him know in case the day/time conflicts with his schedule and it needs to be rescheduled. If it does, I rescheduled based on his schedule. I keep the shared calendar updated at all times. Seems like a simple system, right?
So far?
Yeah.
But we're going to get hit with the but.
The problem is he agrees to these future appointments, but never looks at the frickin' shared calendar and then blames me when he's caught unaware of what's going on. He, in all seriousness, has asked me to text him regular updates about what is on the calendar when all he has to do is look at it himself. It's so much more work to just text someone than to just check a calendar.
Not only that, if you have a shared calendar, all you got to do is set it up on your phone, turn notifications on and reminders. What are you already set up the damn calendar. The tool is there. Utilize it correctly.
Right. Literally just like add a notification to the reminder. Yeah.
There's so much technology now that you can sync whatever the hell calendar to whatever your default calendar is in your phone, sync it with that calendar and just turn on your damn notifications. Why do you have someone else reminding you when you're a grown ass dude?
You could probably even get your calendar to text you your appointments. So he literally just texted me, I really don't live by or look at that calendar, after he got pissed at me when he realized he had scheduled a work meeting during a time when he's supposed to take our son to an appointment that will probably last all of 15 minutes. The kicker on this one, he was the one who scheduled this particular doctor's appointment during the middle of his own workday. It was the only time in the past 10 years he took our son to an appointment and scheduled the follow-up appointment by himself. And now he's mad at me for not reminding him he's supposed to take our son to this appointment. What the fuck? You did this yourself, dude.
That's some bullshit.
Honestly, I'm happy to take the kids to their appointments if he gets jammed up. I get it. Schedules change, shit happens, but I'm not a mind reader, nor am I telepathic. All he has to do is reach out and say, hey, a work conflict came up. Are you available to take them? And I'd figure it out. Be proactive, be nice, don't fly off the handle at the last minute and fling blame around because you can't be bothered to do the bare minimum. Do better. It's just so annoying and tiring. There's a reason we got divorced. Actually, there were many, but this one still bites me in the butt. So fellow Wikimaniacs, am I the asshole?
No, absolutely not. Again, man-child situation. It is so evident why you got divorced in the first place. If this is just one reason, I can't even imagine the other reasons why this person's not with you anymore. Second of all, like Josh and I already alluded to it, this is such an easy fix to have. All you got to do is turn on notifications. Technology is available and there readily for you. And 3, at this point, this does not sound like a 60-40 split, because you are doing way more. And if you can't even do the bare minimum, which is court ordered for him to begin with, you might as well go to your lawyer and say, hey, this piece of shit can't even do a follow-up appointment. And second, or like you're already so understanding, like you say, oh, okay, maybe sometimes his work does get busy and I'm there to like step in just in case. You already extended that olive branch for his bitch ass and he still blows a gasket on you. Girl, yeah. I would fight for more custody because at this point, he ain't doing shit.
No, that's exactly it. And it sounds like she does most of the scheduling and like appointment making and stuff like that. And if she's able to drop everything and make these appointments, shouldn't you be able to as well as the father? Like, yeah, I get work's busy, sure, but like most cases, if you tell your work, hey, I have an appointment for my kid at this time, can we book reschedule our meeting? I guarantee you most workplaces will just be like, yeah, no problem. We'll schedule it half an hour later or earlier or whatever.
Or make up your time at some other time where you're available. There's so much flexibility now. And one other thing that pisses me off is like, hey, you know what? Some people might be better on like the scheduling side, like they can handle that mental load aspect. And if you have a partner that is better in that sense, then you better be the one to step in and do the physical load of driving your kids around, hauling them to like their next appointment and all that. Yeah. There needs to be distribution of responsibilities. And this parent can't even do the bare minimum for their child, which is stupid as hell.
And to me, it's just like, I imagine, like we already talked about this, but I imagine you can set up the Google reminder to be like, hey, you've got an appointment in 2 days. You got an appointment in 1 day. You got an appointment today for your kid. Like it exists. You just have to take 15 minutes to learn it, set it up, and he won't do that. And that is just such a failure on his part as a father and, a co-parenter, which is crazy.
A huge part of me too is this is weaponized incompetence in my opinion. Because if he knows damn well that if he can set up a shared calendar and his work probably revolves around a calendar, he knows damn well that there's going to be some sort of reminders there. So this is him being stupid.
Absolutely. So Reddit, or our subreddit, deemed not the asshole, and Nervous Junket 8958 says every day, 7 days a week, you should text him. Don't forget to check the calendar today. To which Alice in Reverse says, in fact, just set it up as an email to be sent out daily for infinity, and then set it once and forget it.
You can actually do that with text now for like the longest time too. Do like a schedule. But then again, the onus of responsibility should not be on you to fucking check that. So that should be on his grown ass man to do it.
Yeah, he should set his own reminders to check the calendar. And then OP writes an edit. Says, thanks for the tips about the auto emails and texts. Great ideas. Many of you are all saying to let my ex fail, and I do let him screw up if it's not something important to my kid's physical or mental health. If he wants to continue to be a no-show at every single tournament my kids are in, that's on him. And yes, the kids notice, but I'm not going to let them miss a dentist, therapy, or pediatrician appointment because their dad is willfully incompetent. That would be horrible for their well-being. I think doing so would make me a bad parent for putting my annoyance with my ex before my kid's best interests. Medical appointments are the one in the gray area where I decide I have to find a way to make it work, which is why the malice compliant angle is so appealing. Yeah, I mean, I get that you don't want to let your kids down in that scenario. Yeah. So yeah, for sure. But it's not on you to make sure he makes a tournament or a graduation or anything like that.
And that's when our suggestion of just like, hey, maybe you should ask your lawyer to change the status of the split and the custody. Cause you're already doing everything for your kids. You might as well get compensated properly for it.
100%. They also write, P.S. Please tell John and Sean, John spelled Jawwwn, and Sean spelled SCHA with a apostrophe UNNE.
That's disrespectful how you spelled my name.
Yeah, we don't care about Sean.
Sean spelled
Please let them know I am now happily engaged to a wonderful, cuddly, and hunky mountain of a Filipino Samoan man. He's always asking if I'm listening to that podcast with my two brown bros, LOL.
Man, you're Filipino and Samoan. You are cursed with the gout, I bet you. I bet your husband got big calves. So, hey, shout out to your fiance, and I hope you guys have a happy relationship.
Hope the wedding goes well.
Yeah.
All right, John, let's move into the next one here. And the title is, Am I the asshole for ruining my brother and his wife's pregnancy news with the news of my recent diagnosis?
This was on our subreddit, or it was just posted on Am I the Asshole?
I think it was just posted. It could have been cross-posted, but it's a best of Redditor update, so it does have an update.
This is tough because it's probably like two ends of the spectrum. One is a super exciting, happy news. The other one is a super downer. Let me cop out and say no one sucks here right now.
Okay. That's a rare one, actually.
We shall see.
All right. So a bit of backstory. My brother and I are very close. His wife and I, not so much. We've had our fair share of tension. Anyway, I fell sick in the middle of May, but held off getting checked out because of COVID and safety reasons. Eventually, when June started, I decided to go back and get checked out. And it turns out it was stage 2 breast cancer. Also, yeah, this is posted in 2020, I believe.
Sounds like it for sure.
Yeah, so the COVID part just makes more sense there. So I decided to tell my family 2 days ago since lockdown laws have been lifted. So I invited everyone over. And when I told my brother and his wife, he said, okay, that's fine because he had news to share too. So our family gathered and my brother decided to go first, which he did ask me about. And he announced that his wife is 4 months pregnant. Of course, everyone was overjoyed. After about an hour, they asked about my news, and I knew this was probably the last time in a long while before I had everyone here in person, so I told them. And of course, the initial joyous atmosphere was gone. The rest of the evening was a lot of support for me and not a lot of attention on my brother and his wife. My brother didn't seem to mind this as he was quite distraught with my news, but I saw his wife pretty upset and cornered off. So I decided to approach her and I apologized for the timing of it all. She told me I could have waited a bit and Skyped everyone with the news as it's just stage 2.
I take it back. You don't suck at all.
What the fuck?
I don't like this wife.
No. But also, like, you gathered everyone there. This was going to be your news.
Announcement. And it's cancer is cancer, my friend.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Yes.
Like, no matter what. We had a cancer scare earlier this year, and, like, I was distraught. Luckily, like, it's all good. But even just the thought of someone having it is terrifying. So stage 2 is definitely, like...
Oh
yeah.
My. Even if it's just like traces of it, it's scary. Kidding me?
Yeah.
Oh, that's disgusting to hear from the wife.
So she said I could have just Skyped everyone with the news as it's just stage 2 and let my brother and her have this moment with their family. I told her I initially called this meeting for this exact reason, and she said she knows, but I knew my news would damper everyone's mood. So I told her she's being ridiculous and I wanted to tell my family in person, since they are my family after all. And she burst into tears and demanded to go home, which my brother obliged to even though he was confused. He promised he would come see me soon since he stays close by to me. Later that evening, I get a message from him asking if I told my wife that she isn't part of the family and that I deliberately wanted the attention on me because that's what she's upset about. What a way to frame that.
What?
Holy shit.
A liar.
Also, the next day, my parents called me to check up on me, and my mom mentioned that my brother's wife called yesterday evening really upset, telling them what I, quote, said, and claiming I'm jealous because she's pregnant and I'm trying to ruin her life. I told my parents what actually happened and what I really said, and it's caused not only tension between his wife and me, but my parents and her too. And now she's also blaming me for my parents not being her biggest fans. My brother is torn, but he is trying to talk to her, which results in more tears and more strain in their relationship. All this drama is making me think that I should have just called everyone or just told my brother that his news had to wait, even though it would have been selfish of me. I really wanted my family's support that day, but I'm also starting to rethink whether it was worth all this drama and potentially causing future problems. So, Reddit, am I the asshole?
Hell nah. Josh already alluded to it earlier. The whole concept of everyone gathering together was for you to announce that news. It's for you to be surrounded with family, your loved ones, and, you know, potentially asking them for support because this is a tough time. You know, I'm glad that you have a community that you can rally behind and, you know, get that support because you're going to need a community to get you through that traumatic time. The wife is ridiculous as fuck. For one, to just say that out loud, to belittle the condition and the ailment that you're going through, and then lie to like smear a smear campaign on your name to fucking tear everyone apart. I feel bad for OP a lot, but I also really, really feel bad for the brother in this scenario because one, he kind of has no choice for now to like support the wife because it's like, okay, you are pregnant. You are technically my family too. But also this is my sibling that is also going through something.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. He's stuck, to be honest.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing OP could have done was been like, hey, actually, let me tell my news first because no matter what your news is, mine's going to be worse. I think not that that's OP's fault. I want to make it very clear. OP is very much not the asshole and is the victim of this ridiculous bullying. That would just be my only like, hey, maybe you go first. You know what I mean?
I mean, people do tend to ask, it's like, hey, I got some news. You want good news or you want bad news first? And people tend to go for bad news first.
Yeah, you want to get it over with so that you can have time to process that and then have a little bit of good news at the end to feel better.
But this is not us like fucking griping on OP. Like this is just...
No. No, this is 100% on the brother's wife. like, again, you called the meeting. If they wanted to call a meeting of the family to announce this, they could have done that. And then for her to go home and lie about it to your family, and for you just to tell the truth, and then her to get mad about you telling the truth is crazy to me. So 1,000% not the asshole OP.
The audacity of a liar to get mad at you for telling the truth and for people getting mad at them because they're lying. Make that make sense to me.
Exactly. Well, that's what liars get. They get mad because they get caught.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Reddit deemed not the asshole, and Prince Lee said, not the asshole. I was ready to call you You're the Asshole from the title alone, but you arranged this meeting to break the news of something very serious, and your brother decided that it was time to break the news as well. Could you have handled this better? Well, yes, you could have asked him privately what his news was when he said he had something to announce so that it didn't get awkward like this. But regardless, the blame does not fall on you. There is an update 1 month later. So first and foremost, I've started treatment. Also one of the reasons I couldn't update sooner. Thank you all for the well wishes. I plan on bouncing back as soon as I can. Anyway, I could see that my brother was under a lot of stress, and I finally sat down to talk to him about it properly. He showed me a bunch of texts that his wife sent him, telling him he's a shitty father for choosing me over his family. She said I was seeking attention and nobody cares about her. And one thing that really got to me was that she told him to choose once and for all, and if he picks me, he loses her and his child. And if he picks her, she doesn't want me in their lives at all. I felt terrible not only for him, but knowing that I could have prevented all of this. OP, this is not on you. This is not. This is one of those people who likes to isolate, their partners. And I don't care. I don't give a shit if she's pregnant. She's very manipulative. Well, that's just insane.
It is.
Like, it's one thing. We've read stories where like a husband chooses his shitty family over his partner. And it's like, yeah, that's fair enough to want to like cut them off.
But she's the shitty partner.
Yeah, like if my sister's going through cancer treatment, I'm going to be there for my sister as well as like you, like my wife who is pregnant. Like, both things are important to me.
Yes. Because that's what good partners do, Josh. Yes. It's recognizing that there's balance to everything. Yes, both, yes, sometime you might have to prioritize something else, which, that's just how life is with family. But a decent partner would understand and have like the concept of the situation is like, oh my God, yes, I'm going through a pregnancy, but holy shit, OP is going through a fucking crazy situation right now.
Yeah.
She's like it. Shitty, bro.
And like, it is one thing if it's like, later on in the pregnancy, she needs more care. Sure. It's like, yeah, more attention on
flips.
Her.
Yes.
And then, when the baby comes, more attention on the baby. Completely understandable. That's not what's happening here. It sounds like he's just supporting his sister, like even verbally sounds like it's an issue with her. So,
oh my, Josh, you're being too logical, buddy. That's the logical thing to do.
So I took the time to apologize for putting him in the situation. And if I had just pulled him aside soon enough and given him a heads up, he would have truly understood. My brother tells me I shouldn't apologize because he should have been more considerate. He also mentioned that his wife would have probably still gotten mad at him whether they did or didn't give the news on that day. So I decided I should invite her over for coffee to sort everything out. I spoke to her alone and I asked her about everything. She was very cold and didn't really answer. So I started talking first by apologizing if I made her feel excluded from the family or that her pregnancy was of less importance. I explained that I should have given them a heads up so we could have avoided what happened altogether, and that was my fault. And I was very sorry, but I also mentioned that the way she reacted and went to the extent of lying wasn't okay. You're a better person than I am, OP.
A damn saint, OP.
Jesus. She then started crying and vented about how angry she's been and that my brother always puts me first. And recently they've been going through a rough patch. And when he sided with me, it made her even more upset and feel even more lonely. She admitted that she lied to my parents and my brother, saying that she hoped they would show her more sympathy. And when they were cold to her, she got even more upset. God, that is...
I mean, you ever consider that people are cold to you because maybe that's how you act and maybe because you've been lying a bunch? Like,
That's all I gotta say. Jesus.
Yeah, sis. If Sean was here, he would have said, like, you need to take a long look in the mirror because the problem is you, buddy.
Yeah, it's just like you are so full of yourself. I can't imagine thinking this way. It just breaks my brain. After hours of talking, she apologized for how she acted and has been acting, and she would like it if we moved on from this. My brother came later and they both went home, and he texted me saying they both spoke for hours and agreed to couples therapy.
Good.
My parents are currently living with me and helping me out tremendously, but they are not quite happy with my sister-in-law yet. Although they promised to try and work things out, things seem to finally be calming down, and let's hope it stays that way. None of this would have been possible without the feedback from all of you, and I'm indebted to that, so thank you very much. They also read an edit to add, all of you are so kind, honestly, but I want to clarify that I'm no saint, nor am I selfless. I know what happened wasn't entirely on me. However, in order to focus solely on my recovery, I can't be stressed out about this whole situation and have all this tension around. Seeing my brother be put in that position, and my sister-in-law, as hurtful as she was, being upset and holding hatred can affect herself and the baby. I did what I could to fix things so that everyone can focus on being healthy and being positive without holding any grudges. I know I will for sure. I know my sister-in-law, she can be very stubborn and unreasonable, and if I left things in her hands, I'm 99% sure it would have resulted in much, much worse circumstances than me putting the first hand forward. At least now I can focus on my recovery without any distress or toxicity. I'm human, I felt angry, I felt upset. Yeah, I wanted to give her a piece of my mind, but in doing so isn't helping myself, her, my brother, or my family. It's only damaging things further. This realization is what prompted me to let all of it go and focus on positivity and my mental and physical health. So, what a sound mind. Holy shit.
What a decent... I don't even call myself a decent person. This person is a damn saint. I don't care if you don't think you are, but you have a patience of one, to be honest. And
absolutely.
First, before this is one of those outcomes that I like. There's a protagonist in a story. There's obviously an antagonist. And the fact that they could be adults and be mature enough to have a sit down and, squash the beef essentially. Yes, there's going to be a long process of that couple getting couples therapy. Maybe they can identify more problems that's underlying within their marriage, and hopefully they can solve that. Understandably, your parents are mad, which I get. And that's also another, long road of trying to make things make her feel included in the family as well. So hopefully all the help is great. But I want to focus more on OP. Like I've been saying that, oh my God, like you have the attitude of, I wish everyone had this attitude because I need to work on that too. Because once someone wrongs me, I'm fucking done. I'm cutting that bitch off now. You know what I'm saying? So that's something I need to do a little bit better as well, is just recognizing that, you know what, maybe they do have something going on with them that if I have a sit down conversation with them, I can understand them a little bit better. Can't be me right now. But yes, I hope your recovery goes well. Giving you all the positive vibes and my God, if more people are like you and if more people are more understanding and empathetic like that, the world is going to be a better place. So kudos to you, OP. Wishing you nothing but the best.
It would be significantly better if everyone was OP.
Absolutely.
Just the kindness that they showed. Yeah, I'm wishing OP the best. I will say about the, forgiving and hearing the other side out. It's
to an
good.
Extent.
I was gonna say it's good the first time. If she tried this and the brother sister came back and was like, "Fuck you, you stole my attention," and like really just doubled down, then it's just like, all right, I don't want you in my fucking life. Like, I don't care if you're married to my brother. I can't have this.
Yeah.
So I will say, throwing out the first hand to be like, hey, let's mend this bridge. And then depending on what they do with your hand, whether they smack it away or grab it, that's how you determine that relationship going forward, I think. So good on OP.
Oh, people with accountability. This is nice. I like this.
Yeah, it's been a theme actually this month.
Yeah, it's been going on a lot this month. I like it. Usually it's easy to dunk on fucking just assholes because they don't change their behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But once you're a little bit open-minded, we can be nice to those people too. Give them a little bit of grace if they're willing to put the work in.
I don't know if I'll
To
give
an
her
extent.
grace.
To an extent.
For what she said to OP, I don't know if I forgive her, but I hope she takes a second chance and builds upon it.
Hopefully.
Especially in therapy. I hope that helps things out too. All right, let's move on to the next one. This one is cross-posted on our subreddit by I'm Not Good with Words, who is becoming a goat.
I remember that name.
Yeah. I think one more time, and I think
you gotta hit that go button. Yeah.
This one is from r/Am I the Jerk originally, and the title is Am I the Jerk? My fiance told me this is it, take it or leave it. So I gave him the ring back and told him to get out of my house.
I'm gonna go with yes, you're the jerk, just to spice it up a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
Maybe you were displaying some red flag behaviors and your fiance was like, hey, let's work on this shit. And you refuse to do it and you double down and say, fuck you, bitch.
All right.
I'm going with the jerk here. I'm going to be wrong for sure. The last one had too good of an outcome. So I'm like, you know what? Let's be negative again.
Yeah, you know how the roller coaster goes on this show. All right. So my fiance, Tom, 37 male, and I, 28 female, have been together for 2 years.
Not illegal.
So it's legal. It's legal. He moved into my house 6 months ago and proposed a month ago. I thought we were solid, but now I'm questioning everything. I inherited a small fortune 3 years ago. It changed my life, but I live below my means. I work part-time as a teacher, travel, and have a nonprofit in the works. I budget carefully, so the money lasts. Only my dad and sister know the full amount. When Tom moved in, I paid for everything except groceries. He wanted us to eventually buy a bigger house together so his dad could move in. I said no to living with in-laws, but suggested maybe a separate unit someday. He pushed back, but agreed we need to discuss finances first. Tom earns approximately $10,000 a month and has saved $100,000. $10K a month's pretty good, I think.
That's
right?
pretty good. That's a 6-figure a year job.
Yeah, that's insane, actually. I have millions invested and about $40K a month income from it.
Can we be your friend?
Can you adopt me?
Oh, please. I would love 40,000 to come in every month.
Just from investment.
God.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
When I told him about this, he was shocked. He said if I have so much, why not just buy the house and cover everything? I explained that just because I can doesn't mean I should. I proposed separate finances, a joint account for expenses, and splitting costs proportionally to income. I also told him I wanted a prenup. And that's when things blew up. He argued we should be equal partners, meaning I buy the house in both our names, even if he doesn't contribute. That's crazy.
Who the hell is this? Tom Nook from Animal Crossing? You cheap ass.
Yeah, Tom Nook. You owe me so many acorns.
Oh man, that was like 2020 PTSD for me. I'm like, you fucking selfish bitch. This is capitalism coded here.
You landlord motherfucker. We fought about this for days. Eventually, he gave me an ultimatum. He said, final offer. You buy the house. We each own 50%. I'll sign the prenup. Take it or leave it. I asked if that meant breaking up. If I said no, he hesitated, but eventually said yes. So I left. I took the ring, told him it was over and that he needed to move out. He backtracked, saying he didn't really want to end things, just wanted me to agree. He accused me of throwing away our relationship for money. I told him he threw it away by demanding I fund our life and give him half of the assets I work to protect. Now I'm wondering if I sabotaged my relationship. I love him, but I don't think it's fair to bankroll a grown man or accept ultimatums about my own money. So am I the jerk?
Hell no, and I'm 100% wrong on this, but it's okay. But yeah, I'm all for, separate finances and doing what you need to do. I think they were very sensible in a way where like, hey, we are going to be proportionate to what the expenses that we're making. She damn near pays for everything else besides groceries.
Yeah.
And it's not like Tom has like a shitty job. Brother, you're making like 6 figures a year. Like,
yeah.
if that was in my situation, I'd be like, hey, you know what we should do is that we should just live off of one salary. And if, since you are the one that makes more, maybe we'll just live off of ours. You're very of Tom's salary. You said you're frugal. Just put it all in investment. Do what you need to do. And if you want to do more lavish things, then, you know, maybe you can shell out a little bit more, this and that. But Tom fumbled, bro. Tom hella fumbled. All he had to do was shut the fuck up. And, you know, I'm all for prenups too, because like you want to protect your assets and all that. We don't have one because like we didn't have shit when we got married. But like I'm also
post-nups too.
Yeah. And if Juliet ever said like, hey, we should get a post up, I'm like, what do you want me to sign? Anything you need. Because we're secure in this relationship to be like, I mean, of course, when you go into a marriage or relationship, it's like prenups are good for security, but I'm not using that as like, oh yeah, because we're going to eventually break up type of situation, right. You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom hella fumbled, bro. Like, I mean, it's not like he's making pennies. He's making good money. So yeah, he's being a Tom Nook in this situation.
No, 100%. And I think it's insane to think that you have like full say on what your partner spends their money on.
That's their shit.
I think OP was asking for a reasonable, hey, let's sign a prenup. Let's split like the house at least. And then we can talk about like proportional to income payments towards the mortgage and things like that.
What she's doing already.
Yeah, exactly. She's paying for the rent and utilities and everything else. And all you're paying for is grocery. Tom.
What the fuck? If I was making 100, like if I was making 6 figures a year and Juliet was like, hey, just pay for groceries. I'm like, I will shop at whatever grocery place you want if that's all I got to pay for.
Even if you're spending at the high end, like you're still banking probably 8.5 a month based on that. You know what I mean? Like even if you're spending $1,500 a month in groceries, which is absurd for two people, you know what I mean? Like you're covering all the dinners out and stuff like that. You're still putting away 8.5, not even like with nothing else on your plate. That's
all the expensive,
amazing.
all the expensive expenses are covered by your partner, brother. You can have A5 Wagyu once a week and it will not even dent what you fucking make. And
no, you know how many people who are listening to this right now being like, I wish I made 10K. Like that's incredible. That's incredible. And so for you to like,
we wish we made 10K a month. Are you kidding me?
And so like it's incredible to be like so financially well off and demand that your partner pay 100% of everything without some sort of prenup to keep her safe. You know what I mean? Which is absolutely understandable. And so for you to use the marriage to leverage that is kind of gross to me. So
it is.
I don't know. I think OP is not the jerk for sure.
OP, do you want to be friends with us? Please. We're on your side. Can you sponsor us a year?
And Reddit Green said, not the jerk. Matt DVS 1979 said, life lesson, don't ever give ultimatums you're not willing to make good on.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just such a good like rule of thumb. Don't make an ultimatum if you're not ready for the ultimatum to go the other way.
Tom, you dumbass. That's all I can say, man.
Well, it's not all he can say because there is an edit and an update, John.
Ooh.
So here is an edit from OP on the original post. It says, when we first started dating, he understandably questioned how I managed my lifestyle on a teaching salary. I explained that I had a small inheritance which allowed me to buy my house and have some savings to live on. I admit I may have been wrong to be vague, but at this time we were just starting to date, and I wasn't comfortable sharing all the details yet. My house is nice, but it's nothing extravagant, and during our relationship we always split expenses 50-50 for dates, trips, and everything. When he moved in, I offered to keep covering the utilities since I was already paying them, and he would handle groceries. Things were fine until after we got engaged. I pushed for us to discuss everything openly before marriage, and we agreed on most things. This is about his father moving in. This isn't something he wanted right away, but he said eventually he wants his dad to move in so we could take care of him. I adore his father, but I personally don't want to live with in-laws. His solution was that we should buy another house altogether, so he would feel like it's our home instead of him living in my house. I understood that perspective, but the new house would also have to be larger if his dad were to move in, which I'm not comfortable with, which is fair. I think you both have to agree on parents moving in either way.
Absolutely.
About finances, initially when we first discussed buying our house, the plan was to contribute together. But once we started looking at what we could afford, we had to lay our finances on the table. When he found out my net worth, everything shifted. He said that if we split 50-50, we couldn't afford a bigger house, and since I had the means, I should just buy the house myself, but it would still be our house. I told him that whatever amount he contributed would be equal his share of equity in the property, which I think is fair.
It's fair to me.
Like if he puts 10% in, he owns 10% of the house. I think that's a fair agreement. Maybe I was naive, but up until this point, I never saw a sign of him being a gold digger. He never pressured for me to pay for things and always split expenses fairly. That is why this change has been a shock. Right now, I'm locked in my bedroom and I told him he can sleep on the guest room tonight, but that he needs to move out tomorrow. And we haven't spoken since. That's where things stand. So is any last thoughts before we move into the update?
I would have shut the fuck up if I was Tom. I mean, like, maybe there's part of me that's just like, oh, well, if you found out that, you know, your partner was making all this crazy money and it's still going 50-50, I can see the bitterness a little bit because it's like, oh man, I wish I knew that a little bit sooner, or like, you know, but
right, wanting to know.
Yeah, wanting to know, but at the same time, what he's doing is he's pushing something that she's not 100% on board with. And second, like, if he's the one that wants a certain arrangement, he should be the one that's willing to like, all right, because I'd want my father to move in someday. Like maybe I could put a little bit more in because it's more of an interest to me, but you still have to be on board with this plan. But if not, then, you know, we can't move forward with that said situation.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's fair to be like thrown off when you find out.
Oh, for sure.
Finances, like that's probably something you should discuss before getting engaged, but you know, you always want to be on the same page about that going into marriage.
So like that part, like I'm kind of understanding what Tom is feeling, but the way he went about it to me is wrong with the whole, you know, ultimatum and all that shit.
It's one thing to be like, oh shit, I wish you would have disclosed like this earlier, just because it feels like you've been hiding something from me.
Right.
That's a fair feeling. Him being like, oh, you hid this from me. You should buy the whole house. That
part is the one that's wrong. It's the entitlement of like, well, I'm going to have access to your money type shit. That's when it's like, nah. That's not how it works. Tom.
Yeah. All right. So update. This morning I woke up and Tom had made breakfast and asked if we could talk. He said things got out of control last night and he wanted to explain his side. He told me he was upset that I had lied about my finances and felt like I didn't trust him. He said the money difference made him feel like I would have more power in the relationship and that he might be vulnerable to financial abuse. Which given how OP has been so far, I can't imagine that's...
Yes, considering like she don't take anything out of you, mate.
You make $120,000
$120,000 a year, and all she's asking you is to cover the grocery bills, and she's taking care of all the rest. So I don't see it unless OP was like, "Oh, Tom, you can't work anymore. You got to do all this shit." Then it's like, yeah, you kind of have a say in that, Tom. But like right now, I don't see it.
I don't see that either. That feels like a grasping at straws.
That's a reach for me.
He insisted that he wasn't interested in my money, but wanted to feel like I would choose him over money. He admitted that he handled things badly and should have never reacted the way he did or have given me an ultimatum. He said he felt lost and frustrated. The only thing he emphasized really mattered to him is his father eventually moving in. They are very close and he wants to take care of him as he gets older. He apologized, said he didn't want to lose me, and told me he's willing to accept my conditions. I apologized for not being upfront about my inheritance, but I also told him I wasn't sure I could continue the relationship. His reaction last night felt entitled and manipulative, and I'm afraid he was showing me who he really is. I told him I love him, but I'm worried money will always be an issue between us. If he's already pushing it for a house before marriage, what else might he push for later? I explained that the only way I could ever consider continuing is if he agreed to 1, a bulletproof prenup stating that in case of divorce, he only leaves with what he contributed, nothing more. 2, agreeing to buy a house together, but his equity would reflect his contribution only. I also suggested options like a guest house for his father or a condo nearby, but not living directly with us. Number 3, creating a monthly budget where we both contribute proportionally to our income into a joint account for shared expenses while keeping our separate accounts for personal money. And 4, going to counseling together. He agreed to all of this. Still, I told him I don't know if I can trust him again and need time to think. He agreed to stay in a hotel for a few days to give us both space. Right now, I honestly don't know what to do. Part of me sees his point and wonder if he's just overreacted, but another part of me is afraid that if I ignore his behavior, I'll be setting myself up for bigger problems in the future.
I'm glad that Tom was okay with the stipulations. I would reverse it a little bit. Instead of 4 going to counseling like last is your stipulation, I would do that first, to be honest.
To be fair, I don't know if that was
an order. Okay, gotcha.
Order. I think it was just 4 things.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking in my head. But I think that should be the first move, is just to let it all out there. So that way, you can have a professional that is unbiased and that could sit down and unlock some of the things that they're feeling. Tom can say his true thoughts. You can say your true thoughts. And then at the end of those sessions, and if you feel in your heart that, hey, I'm not 100% on board on this, then I don't think you should continue anymore, because I feel like marriage is a lifelong thing. So if you're not fully convinced that you should be with this person, then you shouldn't be. 2, again, I did starting to feel a little bit for what Tom was feeling. I guess it's that overreaction and the entitlement that's what I'm not on his side completely. So the fact that he was like, hey, I overreacted. I'm so sorry. Yes, whatever demands that you have, like I'm all for it. So hopefully that's something that can be resolved in therapy. But if not, then it is what it is. Maybe that's just not your person, and that's a lesson that you just got to learn moving forward.
Yeah, it could be just maybe living apart for right now and then going to therapy. Could be a first step if you really want to, continue this relationship. Because like John said, I think talking it out in therapy with a professional is probably the smartest way to start this. Because you don't want to go into marriage with any question marks.
No.
You want to be 100% on that person and know where each of you stands. So I think the list of 4 things is reasonable.
Very reasonable.
And I feel there's probably definitely stuff you need to talk about, because it sounds like you still aren't aligned with the father-in-law moving into. So something else you can discuss in therapy openly as well. So wishing you the best of the luck, OP. And if you ever want to, adopt me and John, we're always welcome, even though you are younger than us.
Please. I always mess with my mom, because I was just like, Mom, I'm never going to inherit anything from you guys. And she's just like, only thing I inherited from you guys is generational trauma and fucking debt. This is some bullshit. So I've been just like joking with her. I'm just like, I'm going to need you to find a fucking sugar daddy that is old and ready to go. So that way I can at least inherit something, please. Just like, I'll never marry again. Your dad is my one and only. I'm like, I get that, but I'm also your only son. You got to take care of me at some point.
So anyone in the Dallas area who's, what age would she go for? 40 to
I mean, she's 60 years old. So like around that time, hey, my mom is the GOAT. So, but I don't give a shit. I told her, I'm like, it ain't for love, Mom. It's for a business transaction. And a business transaction is for your son. All right. And your future granddog kid. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Kevin needs a new bone.
Kevin is expensive, Mom.
All right. Let's end it off on this last one with an update. Unless you're a patron, we got 2 more stories as well. So this one was posted on Am I Overreacting by Azuras7. And the title is, Am I Overreacting? My boyfriend told me he started dating me to bully his brother.
Hell no. What the fuck false pretense relationship is this?
Also, what an insane reason to start a relationship.
Yeah, it's like, I just want to bully my brother so that way I could What?
We're going out on an angry one, John. I, 24 female, normally live with my boyfriend, 25 male, but I'm spending the week with my cousin who lives about an hour away. By the way, my boyfriend and I have been living together for 2 years. My boyfriend has been reaching out to me via FaceTime/text every day, saying how much he misses me. Yesterday we FaceTime and he said he can't wait for me to come back. I laughed and said that it's only been a week. He paused and randomly says, "Crazy that I only started dating you because of my brother, and I actually love you now. That wasn't the plan. Ha ha ha."
Ain't no way.
What the fuck?
Ain't no fucking way you say that to somebody.
Just out of nowhere.
Hell nah. Nah, I'm out. Fuck that. I'm out.
That's some psychotic shit.
Seriously. Who the hell says shit like that?
Oh my God. He was laughing and reminiscing as if it's all a fond memory. I got confused and asked him to explain. He grinned and said that his brother, 24 male, had a massive crush on me back then. For some context, I met both of them at the gym. My boyfriend worked there as a personal trainer and still does. He said that he used to tease his brother about it. He was like, "I made it my personal mission to have you." That's in quotes.
Ew.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck? So you started dating me to show off to your brother? He put his hand up and said, "Hey, it's not as bad as it sounds," which it is.
It is horrible.
He explained that he found me physically attractive, though he admitted he didn't like my attitude, so sleeping with me to bully his brother wasn't a big hurdle. How is that not as bad as it sounds, you fucking psychopath? I was so pissed and confused, but he said that it's not a big deal and that I need to calm down, etc. We hung up and had this text back and forth. I'm still so pissed and in disbelief. I feel like my entire relationship was based on a lie, and I don't even know what's real anymore. I do have the text conversation, John, if you want to read it with me.
Yeah, send me the link.
I can be the psychopath BF if you want.
All right, let's do this.
All right. So to set it up, this is the transcript of the text between OP and her boyfriend after this conversation on FaceTime. And I believe the blank there is
the brother's name.
The brother.
I'm guessing?
Yeah.
So help me understand. You seriously only started dating me because you wanted to make me feel bad? Am I hearing this right?
Yes.
Why? What kind of person does this? It's so fucked up.
It's not that bad. He was obsessed with you, and it was funny to take what he wanted so desperately. It's a brother thing. LOL.
So it's a brother's thing to hurt each other? Do you even like me?
Don't get me wrong. It all started as a prank, but I fell in love with you. Yes, you had an attitude, but that only made it more fun to bug my brother, basically. I don't know really what he's saying. Yeah. Don't think that none of this is real. It is real, and I'm not lying to you, babe. Not anymore. I wouldn't still be here if I didn't like you.
So Blank had a crush on me and he was obsessed, according to you. So instead of being supportive of your brother, you decided to make a move on me just to make him feel worse. And you see nothing wrong with that? You know, this tells me everything I need to know about you as a person. Are you a sociopath? What's fucked up is that he's a nice person and literally the least deserving of this fucked up treatment you're giving him. I can't believe what I'm hearing and reading, and you think all of this is normal.
Why pity him, LOL? He's fat. He's in his room 24/7, never had a girlfriend. He's a loser. Losers don't get nice things. I mean, all he can do is jerk it to you. Ha ha ha. If he wanted you, he should have been a man, don't you think? No one's forced your hand. You wanted me because I made your blank tingle. Oh God. He simped from the distance, hoping you would give him a chance, but you're a woman, so I don't expect you to understand.
Replying to losers don't get nice things, so I'm a thing now? Why are you speaking with me as if I'm some object to brag about? You know, just stop texting me now. I don't want to hear anything from you.
Babe, you're making this a bigger deal than it is. It's just a funny memory. It's just a brother thing. It's no big deal. Babe, come on. PMS? ? Jesus Christ. He's a kissless, overweight virgin. If I don't teach him life lessons, who will? I'm doing him a favor. He should be thanking me.
Stop texting me or I'll block you. I need some time to myself. Oh my God. Ew.
That person is the devil. Holy shit.
What the fuck is wrong with brothers like that? Who needs enemies, bro?
Like, honestly, well, that's just like such a crazy. I'm so glad he told you.
Yes.
Just think of how long he could have gone with like not telling you that. And I don't know. I'm thankful you're away as well, so you don't have to go back. This is not overreacting at all. This is correctly reacting, and I hope you do block him and tell him to move out, because that is crazy.
Oh, the part where he was like, "Oh, I saw her in a gym, and my brother is obsessing over her, so I gotta have her."
Yeah.
Oh, seeing her as a piece of meat and property. Fucking, it's like, oh, you like me because I make your shit tingle. Oh, fuck, you're mad at me now. It was a joke. Oh, are you just PMSing? Shut the fuck up, dude.
There is a quick update. So OP writes, I broke up with him and my I broke up with my boyfriend and I'm planning to move out. I'm going back to my sister's place while I figure out what to do next. I canceled my gym membership at the gym he works at because I don't want to see his face anymore. I texted his brother that I found out everything because my ex was stupid enough to confess his stupid scheme, like I wouldn't dump him over it. I told his brother that I'm sorry for the hurt he's been through and that I'm always here to listen if he wants to talk. And then they wrote an edit. Can y'all stop telling me to have sex with his brother? It's getting weird as fuck. Real life is not porn, you weirdos. Yeah,
that's a weird fucking advice to give someone else who just found out that their boyfriend is a piece of shit who betrayed them and treats them like a thing.
Exactly.
Come on, people, do fucking better.
Crazy. All right, John, let's hit the Patreon.
Before we do that, not to condone anything for someone else, I hope that one day this boyfriend just happens to fucking go for their PR, whether that's be a deadlift, whether that's be bench pressing. You know, maybe, just maybe, one of these times the weight is a little heavier than it usually is, and for some reason you can't get that rep up. And if it just happens to crush his chest, maybe tear his ankle or knees a little bit, I might not feel bad for this person at all.
That might be karma. Yes, I agree. All right, Wikimaniacs, that is it for this episode. Thank you very much for listening. If you really like us, give us a like, subscribe, share us with friends, family, hype up our YouTube videos.
Oh, yeah.
If you really like us, there should be a hype button below our YouTube video if you're watching. Give it a hype up because it's supposed to promote our channel if enough people hype it. So we would appreciate that if you do that. Go to patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. You can sign up, get bonus stories, bonus episodes, bonus live streams. And if you sign up for the $15 tier, we now have the bonus call-in show, which got crazy last month. And we will be doing it again, I think, next week.
Absolutely.
When this comes out. So go check that out, patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network, or you can sign up for the $5 tier on YouTube just by clicking join. With that, John, is there anything you would like to say before we close out the episode?
Like what we said on top of the show, read it on wikishop.com. 2 merch choices you have. And of course, 50% of the profit that we get from this month will go towards a great charity. So Reddit on wikishop.com. All links on the show notes, baby.
100%. Thank you, John, for giving your takes today. Thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode. I might not see you on Monday, but John will be there either way. So we'll see you then.
Bye.
Get therapy.